Hey guys, welcome back to today's video. Today we got some new mods I think are actually worth ruining your current playthrough, if you aren't over a few hundred hours yet. But maybe they aren't worth adding to your list. I mean, you could always make a save and remove them by reloading that save. Either way, these are some pretty exciting mods I came across. Some are popular, some are kinda underrated. So make sure you hit that like button down below. And also don't forget to endorse mod authors because 99% of them deserve it, especially for keeping mods free. Other than that, let's dive right in. The first mod of today is a new clothing mod called the Windcaller. Based on the title, you can already see that this set is based on the Greybeards and also comes with the custom staff, but instead for the Dragonborn. It comes with a few normal pieces for clothing, but it also has a cape and a hood, which you can also choose to have the hood up or down. Pretty much up to you at that point. They're two separate clothing pieces. This mod is unisex, but the female variant does look a little different for the chest piece, but maybe I only noticed that because I was looking for it. At least it doesn't look skimpy for the people that hate that kind of stuff though. You can have physics from the cape without having the hood, because as you can see it does kind of remove hair and kind of ruin things for female characters, or you can simply just have the hood down version, which is what I recommend because that's just more things for you to enchant and make yourself feel kinda overpowered. But speaking of overpowered, the most overpowered of this set is definitely the staff. I thought it was one-shotting everything, but it was actually just kind of flinging the enemies, sort of, but they got right back up. But moving on to a simple mod called Windhelm Well. This mod adds a simple well right outside the Palace of the King's entrance. This is going to be one of those very underrated mods, but it just kind of increases my immersion, so I thought I'd mention it. I love the small additions to Skyrim because not every mod needs to be a massive overhaul, even though I do enjoy those also. But this one is for compatibility reasons. And speaking of massive overhauls, we have another addition to Riften. This mod is called Riften Extension Northshore District. This is meant to be an add-on to the Riften South Extension mod, hence the name, but that is also the mod author's words, not mine. This mod in total adds about 5 new buildings and all have interiors that you can explore. They are kind of locked though, so you will be trespassing, but do with that information what you will. There's also 5 new named NPCs that do have custom AI and fill those buildings, but there's just a few more NPCs added by this place just to make it not feel so empty. Of course, because this just came out, there's no Lux patch yet, but I bet one will be coming soon. And I don't use Northern Road, so I'm unsure how this would feel with that or look, but if it gets popular enough, a patch might be coming soon after. And because Riften is already a pretty heavy area, this will hurt your FPS quite a bit, just like the Southwood extension version, so adding these two together will hurt it even more. But considering Capital Riften, which was supposed to be a mod just like Capital Whiterun, never happened, I would say combining these two basically replaces that mod, though I do wish we got to see that happen. But for now, this amazing mod more than makes up for what we missed. Also, one quick little fair warning though, this mod is marked as 0.9 instead of 1.0 because bugs are still being worked on. I didn't have any issues with this myself, but I didn't stare at every single little detail this mod has to offer. So if you do happen to give this mod a shot, let me know what you think, and also make sure to report bugs if you find them. And now for probably one of my new favorite mods of September. This mod is a new alternate death system for the people tired of dying in the middle of a dungeon. This mod is called Soul Resurrection, Injury and Alternate Death System. This mod will make it so instead of dying and instead of teleporting to another location like other alternate death mods, you will revive where you lost at, as if an Aegir saved you, but depending on how you died, you will revive with certain debuffs. Like Broken Bones that will tell you exactly what the debuff is in the active effects menu. And these will keep piling up until you run away from combat where you'll no longer be able to fight. But what's really cool about this mod is what happens when you get arrested by guards, because they will take your money and they will also arrest you. So I guess this does teleport you like other ones, but it's a little bit different. You can also get your gold back by pickpocketing the guards, so you'll technically be committing another crime if you get caught. Otherwise, you just have to accept the fact that they took all your money. So these effects are kind of based on how you die, and the effects last longer depending on how gruesome the death is. So you don't feel like you're cheating and you'll be forced to take a break from combat. Maybe even a few OSTEM scenes to relax your character while you fix your broken ribs. Up next, a more peaceful mod. This mod is called Underwater Blackreach. This mod expands on the water parts of Blackreach, adding new unmarked locations and animals surprisingly. The slaughterfish I found was kind of purple, which you will see in a second, but it was named albino slaughterfish. Might have been an issue on my side, or maybe that was how it was meant to be. But this mod makes you actually want to go into the water at Blackreach just to explore things and see what's down there. Because that was the one thing I always avoided. I never really had a reason to until now. Blackreach for some reason has been getting quite a few mods lately, and I love to see it. You kinda get tired of seeing mods for Whiterun after a while. Well, speaking of a forgotten land, we have a new texture overhaul called Praedy's Apocrypha SE. This is a massive overhaul for the entire place texture wise. The reason I say it's forgotten is because you don't really see any mods touching its place. If you search on Nexus for Apocrypha, you'll maybe find about 30 mods over the course of a decade. And I'm glad to see this place finally getting some type of love, even if it's just a retexture. Because this retexture does more than just enhance the textures, it actually adds the author's own touch to things, like adding ruins to buildings that didn't previously have them. I'm unsure if they're saying anything or they're just there to look cool, but this retexture does come in 2K, but I don't recommend that because I'm using the 4K version, and I'm considering going to 8K because of how used things in this DLC land are, and it kinda look a little stretched. This mod also does require book covers of Skyrim, but it's not going to make it not work, it just completes the look that the mod author wanted. But most people use some variant of book covers of Skyrim already, so it should work perfectly fine with any mod list. Up next, I would say is a medium-sized overhaul. It's definitely not a small one though, but this mod is called Enigmatic Eldergleam Sanctuary. This mod overhauls the exterior of the location and also the interior, adding more routes to the location to make the Eldergleam seem a lot bigger than what it actually seems like in vanilla. And it makes sense to me considering it moves its routes at will, so why wouldn't it try and expand also? This overhaul keeps the vanilla feel to the location, but you'll definitely notice the changes to this location immediately upon entry. As I said, more routes were added to the location, but also Nordic ruins were added as well. The lighting did change a bit also with this mod added, so a lux patch might be needed, but honestly it still looks pretty great to me, so I'm unsure. FuzzBeed has been releasing a lot of great overhauls back to back like this, so I highly recommend to check out their mod page to show support to them, and maybe you'll find other mods you like, just like this. Up next is a new armor mod for females called the Rover Armor. This armor comes with HDT support and also 3VA and BHUNP support. This is female only from what I've tested, but it does have HIMBO slides, so it might work for male characters, but I'm unsure how that will look. I'm sure someone will test that though. This armor set also lets you choose between light and heavy armor on installation of the mod. I chose light armor because it made the most sense, but aside from that, it also has new variants. A total of 3 was added by this mod, with the black and red being my favorite, but the white and green kind of looks better than it. I'm not sure how to explain something looking better but the other version being my favorite. It's just how my brain works. This armor is a little skimpy when it comes to the skirt part, which some people might not enjoy, but the mod author has already advised in someone's post that they will not be editing this armor in any way after release, besides maybe fixes. So if you don't enjoy the short skirt, then there's nothing really that can be done here. This armor is craftable as well, but to craft it you have to get the crafting manual, which is in Riverwood and Albert and Sigurd's home, but to get there you might have to break in, and it's in the basement, so you can go there at any time honestly. Up next, this mod is called Oki Skirt and Shirt. This is a simple chest outfit, no feet or hand parts were added to this armor, but the main reason I even mention this mod, besides it looking good and it not being skimpy, but also because it goes great with the Rover Armor mod. So if you really wanted a longer skirt, you can combine that armor with this one. But maybe I'm just bad at fashion, but this looks great to me. But honestly, let me know down in the comments if this is something you would try, because like I said, it looks great to me. And while we're in Dragon's Reach, I figured I'd mention this new mod called House Curls Pre-Thainship. This is a super simple mod allowing for you to actually see house curls wandering around their city before you become Thane, because it's always weird how they just pop up out of thin air. And that's pretty much all this mod does. There's no record edits or dialogue changes, so you might hear them say things that they would normally say when you become Thane, but that's for compatibility reasons. And you also can't hold a conversation with them, you only can interact until you become Thane, which is also for compatibility reasons. This is definitely a very simple mod, but it's bug free, and I can't ask for anything more than that. And last mod is today, because I know you're tired of my voice, but this mod is called the Iron Pig set. Another unisex armor that comes with custom HCT physics when you move, and also pretty cool cube maps that make this one of the best looking armors I've seen on Nexus in quite a while. Everything on this armor is highly detailed and is not all just one color, which can kind of make things boring. But to top things off, this armor comes with its own shield, which is probably my favorite part of this set, but also has a new mace for you to use with it. I really love armors not afraid to go into the more creative side of armors. We usually get skimpy or just night-like armors, not saying those are bad, but I feel like mod authors sometimes limit their creativity, trying to make something others will like more so than something they would like to make. So it's okay to do something like this and be creative. But that was it for today, guys. Let me know what you thought about this video down below, and as you scroll down, make sure to hit that like button. But let's try and keep it a little bit friendly this time in the comments, and I hope you all have a great rest of your day. Peace and love, guys.